Welcome back, everybody. I'm Gilgamesh. I'll be your host for the night at this midnight hour of gaming perfection. On the last time. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Haven't really gotten far enough yet to figure out any kind of intro or anything. But I'm super excited about today. We got some more Final Fantasy XII to play. Super excited about it. Do. There we go. Always takes a little bit of a hot second for those loads to get through and for it to load the loads. I've always enjoyed the beginning of the game for some reason. I've started this game over a number of times. The beginning's always pretty enjoyable just due to how simplistic everything is, I guess. Fresh and new everything is meant to be. Let me just finish doing something real quick here. Something I should have done about 5 minutes ago, but decided to wait until just now for some reason, so... Okay, let's go ahead and get going. So, last time where we left off, Vaughn, Balthier, and Fran, well, I mean, they're not really a party per se. It's not really, like, been officialized yet or anything like that. But Vaughn was looting some stuff from, not the capital, but like the castle type thing, from the banquet and all that kind of stuff to try and do his whole thievery thing. Balthier and Fran were there, basically attempting to do the same thing. They got caught in the middle of the rebellion uproar and all that kind of stuff. They ended up getting thrown in the Nalbina dungeon prison area. They found an out where they found Bosch here, locked up in a cage. Ended up going through the Byron Passage, and you know, we fought our way out of that and all that kind of cool stuff. So now we're just trying to find our way back to Rabanastre, where basically everyone will go their separate ways, and Vaughn can take the little goddess gem that he found and, you know, feel all important for 5 seconds. These guys are kind of cool. The whole entrance just caved in with a crash, and the boss is still inside. There's another entrance to Barum Round here somewhere, but the boss has the key. Well, we will find that key later on, don't worry, we will be coming back. So, we have our gambits. I'm pretty sure we set everything up. The only thing that I was still wanting to try and figure out was the thief mechanic. I wanted to try and find something, some way, of being able to auto the thief mechanic, but right now as it is, I have to do it manually until maybe I can find a different way to do it. And if I have to, that's fine, that's not a big deal. I mean, it's really only necessary for kind of like the beginning area, this starting area right now, just to kind of get some extra funds. And then later on when there's actual... Oh wow, I found the actual poison spell in that chest, cool. And then later on when there's, you know, bosses who have actual stuff to steal, so... Whack! But once we get back to Rabanastre, we can buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Block. Block whack! Alright, so like I was saying before, with these big open areas, we will probably speed everything up just to kind of... It's only on 2 times, so it's not going to be that fast. That way at least I can keep up with it. But just to kind of get through all the fighting. No, I want the chain level. So let's try and kill the wolves first. Oops. Yep, there we go. 'Some roly chickens. They're coming. Run away! I will look back at this video. If this ends up being too jarring and it's just not going to be a pleasant experience to watch the screen shuffle back and forth constantly, then you don't have to speed it up. It's fine. Well, there was not as many wolves as I thought there was going to be. I do need to attack these guys. Okay, so we're not going to worry about chain level right now then. Yeah. 127, very nice. We're used to these menus. Steal. Oops. Yeah, see. I was only going to try for the initial steal. I figured Vaughn wasn't going to be able to get it a second time. They're yellow? That's interesting. Oh, got a fish scale. We're not going to worry about those guys. Well, maybe we will. Let's find out. Claim primer. Sorry. Cactoids. Yes, so we have completed this one. That one's done. We've completed the wolf. So we do got to kill some more of these dudes. Looks like 3 more. 6 more of the big old chickens. Cockatrice. So 3 and 6, alright. Let's go to this village. I never finished. There we go. Oh, loud noises. I want to come here mostly because of this. The yellow crystals are the ones that you can teleport to and from. So, I wanted to utilize it so that way we can use it as a found crystal, and now we can teleport to it. Shh, quiet. We have a sick traveler sleeping just inside. Collapsed not far from the village. Quite ill, quite ill. Tried everything, bring the fever down, but nothing's worked. Okay, so this whole thing is a little side quest that we are going to end up doing, but we can't start it yet until we're able to do the flowering cactoid. That's when we can start doing that. This kid is also part of another little side quest, which again is kind of after the whole flowering cactoid thing. Ferry's not running. My dad took the boat across to the north bank, but, you know, anyone who's played the game before, we know. The unlucky merchant. He's a fondness for shiny things. Okay. Down on my luck, you might say. But buy something and help me out, would you say? I don't know if he's supposed to have like a accent. Do not sell the teleport stones. He just has ammunition, some items, which do we need any of these? No, not really. He has the blizzard spell. Not gonna worry about that right now. How much longer are we gonna have to wait for the ferry to start running again? Well, it's gonna be a while before I can fix that, so might need to wait just a wee bit longer, my friend. Okay, so now we've come here, there's not really much else to do, so let's start the whole heading back. Let's see if we can find 3 more of those fish for the bestiary. Yeah. Goodness, those ATB bars fill up slow right now. This is where we start getting into the first long bits of solemn silences. Not really too much to talk about. There's just going to be a whole lot of just stuff to do. Mundane things, I suppose, as you might call it. Just want to collect a lot of these things. We will go that way when it comes time to get the key. So until then, let's just go back there. Lightning Fang. Basically a item to let you use a magic spell. Alright, let's see if we can find a few more of those fish right here. Okay, there's one. We need 3. Looks like there's a chest over here. Keeps leaving all these random jars everywhere. Looks like it was just the one fish, which is fine. It's not like we're never coming back here again. Like I said in the last video, I'm not really trying to prolong any singular moment more than it needs to be. A little bit of grinding will happen here and there, but most of what we need or what we're going to end up doing, it's going to be along the way, so. Alright, let's go ahead and speed things up. Get through here. Let's get all the peppers.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm going to do that is I'm going to see if I can get a chain level with the chickens. Because on our way off the map, it's nothing but the cockatrices. So let's avoid those guys. So as you can probably have noticed, a lot of the treasure pots come back after you reload the area. That's 6. Let's go back around. I guess the wolves are further up on the ledge than I thought. That's quite alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes 8 will be the next, but not this time. So let's go ahead and start our wolf chain right here. There's a few guys right here at the start. Of course, now they go somewhere else. Alright.
Yeah.
We are probably gonna go around this map here. It doesn't show it right now, but yeah. Right here on the adjacent side of where we are currently is the Nalbina Fortress, which we're probably going to stop in there, and there's another teleport crystal in there that we need to be familiar with. So we're going to go ahead and go this way. Just cut right across. Catboy. Oh, nice. Got silence. That's why it's kind of important, like, if you don't really need the spell or whatever item it is, where are you really using them? A lot of times you'll end up finding them, you know, out on the road in those little treasure chests. Alright, so these guys are kind of interesting. Curlier armies engaged in the sweep of the Mosforan high waist. No civilians allowed. You'll have to turn back. So basically it's just a blocked road, right? Well, there's something curious that you can do with these guys that I'm not sure if you can do it yet. We're not going to do saves because it blanks the screen. But something interesting about one of the guards is that he does not like chocobos. So let's do our shopping first. The reason I say that is because you can rent chocobos to ride around in this game. And if you take a chocobo over to that guard line, he'll freak out and he'll run away, and then you can like go into that area. And it's meant for you to be able to do early on. Later on it opens up, you know, on its own with the story and all that kind of stuff. But you can force it to go a little bit sooner based on that little unknown transaction between that guy and whatever happened with chocobos. Welcome to Nalbina. This is one of my favorite spots to get a lot of shopping done, because they have all the shops like right here on this little strip. Immobilize will be good for stuff later on, but just don't know about right now. The question is, how much am I going to use it right now? And as it stands, probably not that much. Yeah, so let's not worry about it. There's my Technics guy. Oaks already have him, I guess. Drawing a mind blank there for a second. I am trying to leave the text up on the screen at least a little bit, so that way you guys can read it. I'm not really going to read everything in the game, but it's important to shout it out. Alright. Targeted by an ally. Not targeted by an ally. So there might be able to set up a situation where we can start the game or start the fight with steel based on a specific situation, and that's probably what we're going to have to end up doing. Because my initial thought of, after we've stolen from the creature, he'll stop, but he doesn't. So, we're going to go through this list a little bit. Playing around with these numbers is nice for stuff later on. Not really going to worry about it too much. Let's do this HP 100%. Let's do that. Because that might be a situation we can start with. If he has 100%, we can steal from him. And then I think Vaughn should be able to be the first one to go in that lineup. And then right after he gets the steal in, whether it works or not, after the creature starts getting hit, then, you know, he'll do whatever. I'm not going to worry about statuses too much yet until we can actually really start doing those. So these will be good. So the difference between the weak and the vulnerable is just whether or not he takes double damage from said element or he takes increased damage from said element. If it's normal, then it doesn't really affect the gambit too much. We are going to take the undead and the flying, because those are good specific ones that end up happening in the middle of fights that are a little bit harder to micromanage. That's 300. I'm not going to worry about that yet. So we are going to do this one, though. And the reason for this one is because with spells like Siphon, where you're doing a magic cast to pull MP off of one character, or off of an enemy, I should say, to try and absorb that into a character, a lot of times in this game, it doesn't mechanically work the way it's supposed to, unless your MP is far enough depleted. Same with one of the techniques, it's called charge. If you use charge and your MP is higher than a certain amount or a certain percentage, then the charge will fail and you lose all of your MP. So it's not a way that you can keep your MP topped off, but it's more of a way where if you set it up on a gambit, do like a self, MP less than 10% MP, type gambit, where the charge will normally work if you have that low enough MP. And the charge will give you enough MP that it'll be above 10%, so it'll stop you from doing it the second time and, possibly failing it. But it's almost the same thing with Siphon. Now, Siphon, nothing bad happens, but that'll be one of those things that it's a micromanaging thing that we can let the gambits deal with. Here's another one that we're going to use a lot with our red mage. 3 foes right now is not that big a deal, but once there's 4 on the screen, that's a whole lot to have to deal with, and that's when we're going to want to start trying to implement micromanaging of magics to get, AoEs and stuff like that. So we're going to do 4+ foes. So that's one that we needed. 3+ foes we're probably not going to worry about. 5 we're not going to worry about right now. I wonder what you could use these for. Target any on-screen foe if 10 or more of the selected item remain. So I believe the way this one works is if you have a character that uses, let's use the Knot of Rust because it's like a throwable item, right? So if you have 10 or more of that item, it will use that item on a foe. But as soon as you're underneath that number of items, you're under 10, then it will stop using it. So that way you don't just, use it until it's over with. Which, not sure where that would really come into play too much. I'm sure there's probably other ways that this works, but... Strongest weapon, lowest defense. Alright, let's see. Let's do the 60%. 70 is a little high. That's not needed too much. We want both of these for later on. Alright. Here's some good ones. Okay. Ally status sleep. That's a good one. Confused. We don't want that either. Doom doesn't happen that often, so that's fine. Blind ends up happening a lot. Poison happens a lot. Silence, that's one we don't want. We want that to be dealt with immediately. Stop, probably the same. KO being the most important one, because that's going to be one where as soon as a character dies, we want them coming back as soon as possible. Stone, Petrify, Stop. Again, those don't happen as often, so we're not going to worry about them too much. Oil is something that we need to regard, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Disable, same thing. Immobilize, slow, 100%. We don't want that. Disease will be good for... It's only 70 kills, so it's not a big deal, but we don't want that right now. So these are good ones. To try and have when you're trying to do a cascade type of effect. Like, if you want one ally, like let's say you want only Vaughn to have Protect on, or you want him to be the only one with buffs, right? So what you would do is you would start with, the Gambit, Vaughn, and then cast Protect, right? And then you do, when ally status equals Protect, then you would do cast Shell. And then when it says cast Shell, you do cast Haste. And it causes this cascading effect, so that way the in-game characters micromanage the one guy who has these status effects, and it gets to a point where, maybe it gets to the end and it's only Faith. So you're not having to waste MP on casting Protect 3 different times on everyone, which that is what we're going to end up doing, but just as an example, I mean. If we only want to spend the MP on Bravery for one person, because Bravery is only for someone who's going to do melee attacks, so for someone like Bosch, who's going to be a melee attacker, we only want him to have Bravery on. So we do, ally status, something that only he has, like a certain strategy that we want that one character to, be a part of. When he has a certain status ailment or certain thing on him, then we can, do it to, cast a plethora of other things. And you can do it in like a sequential order to let it work in your favor. Which, case in point, Berserk. So if I end up berserking somebody, like if I manually berserk someone, then the characters on screen will go, oh, he's been berserked, so that means I need to cast these other things. But that's a strategy for in the later game. I prefer getting these gambits now, so that way I have them. Or Reflect. We don't want Reflect on anybody, so that'll be a good one. Reflect will be one where, if they have it, it's not a bad status, but we don't want Reflect on, because then you can't heal, because heal bounces off of. Okay, here's the self. We want self HP 30. Self MP 10 and 20. $30's more than enough, but that's fine. We're not going to worry about the self statuses too much, other than yeah, see, we're not going to worry about this right now. We'll worry about it later when we get into that whole strategicness. We are going to take this one, however, for a specific setup. Okay, so I think the foe, where'd it go? Yeah, foe HP 100%. I think that's going to be our best chance at trying to self-manage the whole steel mechanic. Alright, that should be more than enough for right now. Let's go in here for the weapon and armor shops. See if there's anything new that we can pick up. Yeah. So all the new stuff is at the top of the list. Older stuff will be down here at the bottom. So like leather shield, that's only a 7 versus, if we go back to the top, buckler being 9. And it looks like everything is still up to date, which means the weapon seller would be the same thing. Yep, same stuff. Okay. Pretty sure I went over a lot of the weapons and how they work in the last episode, but still, when we get to, you know, characters and them actually using those weapons, we'll go over it again. So I don't know if anyone saw it, but when we were at the weapon shop, this little, forget the race name, but Jovi here was running by and he comes and splats right here on the. He becomes important later on. My hero, he's gone. Boo-wee! Don't worry, Jovi. We'll lift your spirits later when we start doing hunts. So let's go ahead and walk our way out. And let's see if we can do the chocobo trick that I was talking about earlier. If we can, cool. If not, then... If we can, then we're not going to worry about going into that area right now. It's just a neat thing to show. Because I think the creatures in that area are level 20 versus my 8. Yeah, that's not going to happen. They make for excellent steeds, I agree. 800 gil. Goodness gracious. It's going to be a big waste if this ends up not working. So the way this mechanic works in this game is you only have a set amount of time. It's 180 seconds to ride the chocobo. While you're on the chocobo, you can't be attacked by enemies or anything like that. So we might utilize that to our advantage. We'll have to turn back. Okay, so we can't do it yet. But one of the other times that we end up visiting here, we will be able to do what I talked about earlier and scare off one of the guards using the chocobo. But we just can't do it right now. So But since we're on the Chocobo, we'll go ahead and show this off. So, see, can't be targeted. Just acts like anything else going on. You can sprint. Helps you get through certain areas a little bit faster without having to fight anything, you know, that kind of stuff. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead is we're just going to go ahead and dismount right here. Because we're not looking to avoid anything right now. And yeah, that was 800 gil, but it's not a big deal. What we want right now is experience and LP. So, let's try and do what we were talking about. Let's see. Foe HP 100%. It's going to be a steal. And then we need another one. We're going to target foe. Not undead, flying. If there's more than 4, Vaughn, you will cast... Or Vaughn. Goodness. You will cast Dark. And that's going to have to prioritize above Steel. Yes, indeed. Okay. Because if there's that many foes on the screen, then there's other things to worry about, like not dying. Okay. We'll call that good for now. So, because Vaughn being my main character, he's the one that he's going to approach the enemy first. So, he should see the enemy first at 100% health, go for the steal. Everyone else is going to go for an attack. So once he does the steal, see, and then he goes for the attack right after. And again, the thieving is just going to be a good way to... I got a pointy hat. It's just going to be a good way to make some quick bucks. And to make sure that I don't miss any kind of special items or anything that certain monsters have that, you know, we don't want to miss. So that way we can buy less and gain more. Because, you know, greed is my thing and I enjoy it. And stealing actually works in this game, unlike some other Final Fantasy games. See, like, look at that. Look at all those wind stones we're getting. We're going to make that bank. We're going to make that 800 gil back in no time. Oh, I didn't steal. Yeah. Okay, I think we figured out a way to force this to work. So let's look at the map, make sure we're exploring everything. I want to make sure we explore the entirety of the map, because, again, that's one of the achievements as cartographers. Exploring all 100% of all maps. See, so he was going to go for another steal, but the moment someone attacked, it was going to cancel it and immediately go in for another attack. That's what would have happened. Alright, I believe this is where we want to go. So let me turn around really quick and go this way. Or is that where we want to go? Well, shucks. We'll have to find out. Yeah, because... yeah, this is where we want to go. Is right here. So I am going to go to the other entrance. You know, I do miss older styled games like this, where back in the day, it gave you a rough, you know, kind of like, okay, so here, Penilla must be worried sick, better head back to Rabanastre. Well, we don't really know where Rabanastre is, right? Not based off of this map. Like, you're here, the Barim Passage is right there, Nalbina Fortress, we found that, okay? But you basically just have to walk around. Okay, Rabanastre's right there, it says it. Alright, excuse me. But still, this map has two locations that could go either, you know, a little left or a little right. We don't know which one's correct. The only way you're going to find out is if you go in through... now, I know where I'm going, but you have to find your way. Exploring was half the fun of, you know, older style games. Nowadays, you click a button and it clairvoyances your way of, yeah, go through that door and through this other door, take a left, take a right, and there it is. That's not a bad mechanic. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that that's like a thing that shouldn't be done. See, okay, so this is the Giza Plains. So, to the Ester Sand, Giza Plains. Now we know the connector, so it, you know, basically just kind of, you know, we can also get to Rabanastre from here too. It's not like you wouldn't be able to. We're not going to worry about it right now, because we're going to come back to the Giza Plains anyway. There's a little compound that we want to walk through, and there's an important reason for that, which I'll get into in a minute. But, like I was saying, I'm not saying that the whole clairvoyance mechanic is a bad thing. I'm playing the Dead Space remake right now, and having that little go this way. It's a very linear game to begin with anyway. But having that, okay, I forget where I'm going this way. It's a nice way to keep track of yourself in the game and where you're going. Especially if you're trying to backtrack a lot. You know, you have to know where you are on a map that you're unfamiliar with. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's just, I enjoy that older style of game where you had to go around talking to people and ascertaining clues as to this or that or whatever it may have been. So the reason we wanted to come through here is because we wanted to talk to Dantaro. Even a small outpost like ours can mean the difference between life or death in the desert. We see quite an assortment of travelers through here. Keeps things interesting, at least. Not interesting enough for me to want to be here all day, though. Why hasn't the village sent out my replacement? Well, Dantaro, it's going to be quite some time longer, sorry. But he's going to be important later on with one of the hunts, so we'll see him again. A firefly! Oh look, shiny. 3 gil. So, firefly's cool, and here's why. I wonder if you can... no, you can't equip it yet. Okay, so, reduces experience earned to 0, meaning it forces your character back to level 1. There are a few playthroughs or, you know, stuff on YouTube or whatever you want to call it, of people doing, you know, level 1 challenge runs and stuff. And those guys are not crazy. I mean, crazy is in a good way. But, like, those guys understand the game at a level that I just will never understand. And some of the way that they do those things, they use a lot of the guns, because, you know, like I said, the gun system works off of the attack power of the gun itself. It has nothing to do with your stats. It does function a lot off of that, being able to place your character in certain areas where the enemy can't attack you, and just things that I don't have the time to figure out or couldn't possibly understand to figure out. Just stuff like that. Just all kinds of crazy things. Half damage from ice. That'll be good to keep and hold on to. Yeah, a lot of these accessories are really useful, depending on the circumstance that they're, you know, needing to be used in. We haven't looked at any license boards in a while, which there's a reason for that. There's not really much to look at. There's not really a reason for it. We want more points than we need at the moment anyway, because we don't want to go jumbling around the board and start buying a bunch of stuff that we don't need. Oh, 1 gil, goodness. I'll never go broke again. 5 gil, nice. That's enough. Alright, and here we are, back at familiar territory. Only there is a chest up here. Sweet. I guessed correctly. Now, it's not always a correct guess, because, you know, it's kind of random, so. Phoenix down, very nice. Which reminds me to set the gambit up for the KO'd character, but, again, we don't have a set party yet, so we're not really worrying about that. As soon as we get to Ravenaster, the party's going to split up, and we got to figure that all out anyway. Okay, nothing here, nothing here, nothing to see, nothing to see. We're going to steal. Stole Windstone. Dinosaur, who we are definitely going to leave alone. Yeah, there's still a good bit of a delay, but that's honestly, that's going to be the best we can do in order to focus Vaughn on a micromanaging type of level to steal, but not only steal. So, we'll just have to deal with it. We'll get used to it after a while. Plus, Vaughn's not going to be my damage dealer anyway. Love the way the critical sounds. Alright, I think we've collected enough. Collected plenty. There's a chest right here. Antidote, very cool. Alright, let's do the whole Ravenaster thing. Let's get back into the story and continue on.
I thank you.
I'd avoid crowds if I were you. In this town, you're still a traitor, you know.
The Resistance will surely find me soon. Fate's will, we meet again. I would pay my respects to your brother.
You're a fugitive now, too. Stay low for a while.
What about the stone?
Do as you like. That stone's ill-favored.
We feel regret. We sought that stone and found ourselves only worry.
You offering it?
It's mine.
Then why'd you ask? Our regards to your girl.
We stay in Ravenaster a while.
What do you think? Can I trust Bosch? I gotta get rid of this thing. But maybe I should show it to Penelo first, so she knows I got something. She'd be at Miguel's place this time of day.
What was with that angle? Like, why was it... That's weird. Thought I made it up to the gate enough. Guess not. Whoop, not going the right way. Here we go.
Vaughn, is it really you? I heard you got took off to Nalbina.
The Imperials will need more than a dungeon to stop me.
You broke out of a dungeon? Whoa.
Hey, try and keep it down, would ya? Penelo isn't around, is she? Out on a delivery, maybe?
Nope, haven't seen her all day. Not like her to up and skip out on work like that. Miguelo's not here either. He went running off somewhere a little while ago.
So much for my big welcome. I guess everybody's busy.
I got my hands full watching the shop, and old Dallin had something for me to do, but I can't get away.
Old Dallin, huh? Tell you what, I'll go see him for you.
Really?
Well, nothing better to do.
This will probably be the last time I even come in this store, honestly. I don't ever use item shops. I'm gonna try and be more mindful of that this time around. What would be the quickest way? Definitely go to the south gate. This is where the ×2 is gonna come in handy. It goes up to ×4, but it's just so fast that it's hard for me to keep up with what's going on the screen. Plus, I'm sure viewers probably aren't gonna, enjoy the whole seasick feeling of, oh, everything just speeding up like that. I'll go over it when it comes time for that. I don't know why I decided to walk. That's weird.
Well, well, look who we have here. Heard you were sent off to Nalbina.
And I got out of there as fast as I could. But it was all worth it, Down. Here, look at this.
My. Quite a treasure you've got there.
Well, I couldn't have done it without your help.
So, there is more to this gutter churl than first meets the eye. Vaughn, I've an errand, a simple favor to beg of you. I was going to ask that kites to go, but I should think that you ought to do. No, I think you're just the one.
And there is
There's a
reason for that.
fellow by the name of Azalas, and I need you to bring this sword to him.
That's a sword of the old order.
Speak my name when you arrive. That should be enough to get you in to see him. I've made a note on your map showing you where he can be found. Mind you, you are to deliver the sword to him personally.
I will. Hey, Down. Do you think I could get you to do something for me? I need you to find out where Penelo is. I wanted to show her what I got from the palace, but I haven't been able to find her anywhere. Can you let me know if you hear anything?
You can just leave that to me.
Thanks, Down.
And so it is done. But will it be enough to remind him of what the Order once meant?
I think it's... Yep. Okay, it's over there. I'm supposed to deliver something to a man named Azalas. This is the place, right? And who was it told you that? Oh, Dallin, he said I'd give this sword to him. Oh, it says this to him. Does nothing get past that, Dallin? Yes, ears in every wall. Alright, so we'll let you in. But don't tell nobody.
Then what do you make of Andor's proclamation? Are you suggesting they fooled even the Marquis?
What if a judge killed the king, not the captain? That would explain everything, wouldn't it?
In that case, the captain would be brother to a judge. How are we to trust such a man?
Brother to a judge, you say?
Now there's the Bosch that I remember.
Then will you fight again at my side?
His word alone convinces me of nothing.
I'd take his word over that of a mouthpiece Marquis.
Then you name Rex liar with him.
My brother was no liar!
Just the opposite. Rex was the witness they needed. They had to make it appear as if I killed the king. Rex bears no blame. The fates have willed it.
So this is Rex's brother. Your words may convince a child such as this, but they weigh far too lightly on the scales for my taste. Our paths will remain separate.
Do you not think Amalia worth saving?
Amalia, we met her earlier.
I hold men's lives in my hands. I must see foes in every shadow. The night we moved against Vayne, he knew. I will not chance such disadvantage again. I must treat you as I would Andor, as I would treat any abettor of the Empire.
Then what will you do? Hold me here in chains?
Whoa.
Some things never change, do they?
Listen to me, Bosch. Your cage may have no bars, but it is a cage. The eyes of the Resistance watch unblinking.
Let them watch. I know something of cages.
That's right. Amalia's in the Resistance.
Then you know her.
Sorta. We met just before we got sent to Nalbina. I've known nicer people.
Our paths keep crossing, yours and mine. It's more than coincidence.
It's annoying.
I'm sorry. Allow me one last annoyance, a favor to ask. I want you to take me to Balthier. Even caged birds need wings.
This makes us even.
Even?
For Nalbina. We couldn't have done it without you.
Alrighty. He's no longer a guest. He is part of the party. So, with that being said, why don't we pick out what he's gonna be? So, do we want to go Ulan first? Or Foebreaker? Oh, man. Because I know how this is going to go towards the end of the game. And it ends up... either I don't use axes or I don't use spears. Which one? Oh, goodness. Unless we could set a specific kind of mandate, because there is a trials mode, and there's some stuff in the trials mode that you can get, certain items that you can get from certain fights that you can then use in your main game. And there's a specific sword that we can get that's kind of an in-game type weapon that supersedes all of the cooler stuff that some of these classes can use. I don't know. Maybe I should set... We play the game, and we do the trials mode later, and that be its own thing. Like, after I've done all of this, after I've done all of the game, then the trials mode can be its own thing, specifically. And then I'll use those weapons in that game, specifically. Maybe that's how I'll do it. Because there's some pretty cool weapons, like some, you know, in-game type spears and, you know, hammers and axes that are really cool. And I hate getting in-game type equipment too early, because then it lessens and cheapens the experience of all the other stuff that you're supposed to be unlocking. So... what are we gonna do? Foe breakers use shields. Shields aren't really that fantastic right now, so I'm not going to worry about them too much. And we get a choice of, you know, second class not too late into the game. It's kind of early on-ish. Not super early, but at least a little bit later. So for now, let's do spears. And we can go over some cool stuff that spears can do. Alright, we've chosen it. There it is. That's what we're doing. Alright. Plus, I'm not going to play the same way I did before. Okay, see, I'm overthinking it. Alright, so let's get into it. So, we have a javelin, but do I need to spend the 20 on that? Well, we want to spend the 30 on that at least. So, let's go to the store on the way. We don't need that because he's not going to be doing MP anytime soon. Gambit slot, we'll see if we need that or not. You are not equipping Firefly. Later on, so... missed ability to connect to black magics, not necessary. So we'll have to double check that one. But we can at least do the missed ability here, most likely. These are armors, right? Yep, armors. Swiftness all the way up there. Goodness. Alright, so let's go to a store first. It's going to be the first thing we do. Which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. Well, there's a store that I'm never going to use. Nope, I was wrong. We wanted to go the other way. Keep forgetting that you can put the map on the screen with you. Oh, look, a chest. That's going to be too far. So let's head down here. Making sure we ungray all of this. Alright, up we go. Alright, so we're going to go this way first. Look at weapons and armor. Weapons will be easier to look at first. have a hammer at 24. And javelin. Now obviously the hammer's going to hit a whole heck of a lot harder. But like I said, hammers and axes work off of the assumption that instead of doing something like 30 to 40, they do like 10 to 60. They can hit hard. They can hit super, super hard. But it's widely inconsistent. I'll end up talking to this guy later. And at the moment, he has the mithril blade equipped. So he can just use that for now. We will forego the whole spear at the moment. We'll wait for the next one to come around. He's fine with that for now. It's going to be the same evade either way. Bronze armor. Pretty sure we can buy Sallet, but let's find out. And on a fun note, the Sallet is one of my favorite styles of helm. Okay, so yeah, just bronze, which is what he has anyway. He can't... Wait, can he? No, he can't equip it because there's no E. Alright, anyway. So yeah, we're done here. So we don't need to worry about buying nothing right now. It's always good to double check all the shops before we move along. Make sure we have everything we need. Yep, still the same stuff. Okay, so let's go do the whole talking to Balthier thing. That'll start some stuff. And then we'll start getting into, like, what we can actually do.
A lot of kids lost their parents in the war. Mine had already died before that. The plague took them both.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. It's been 5 years now. After that, I lived with my friend Penello and her family. Then the war came.
I am sorry.
You don't have to keep apologizing. Really, it's all right. I know it wasn't your fault. I see that now. You didn't kill my brother. It was the Empire. My brother trusted you. And he was right.
Now, I already know that Balthier's up there at the Sand Sea, but if you end up talking to some people, you know, it tells you. So let's go turn in that one, the angry tomato hunt that we did a while ago that we never turned in. The rogue tomato, naturally. Late or not, I suppose you have earned your bounty. It's funny. Alright, and a teleport stone, very nice. The north end. Oh, okay, so the Banga, that's the little lizard guy who's at the bar right here. That's what those guys are called. in front of a building in the north end might be worth your time. He's talking about the Hunters Guild, which we will be going to talk to those guys here in a minute. Lots of good stuff, a bunch of extra, you know, elite hunts to do there. Now, let's see if there's any hunts on the board. Thextera. Alright. I did make a rule that we would do any hunt as soon as it became available. So, we will be doing this right after we talk to Balthier. That's kind of like the one little, yeah, not right now, but yes, right now, time. Gatsley, got it. That's this guy right here. That is not Gatsley. Hold on a minute. There he is. Hello, Gatsley. Times have been tough. Hoping to stir up some business. Put up everything I own as collateral against the shipment. Trouble is, the beastie in the Wester Sands been attacking the caverns. As it happens, my goods are supposed to be arriving by way of the Wester Sand, too. If this Thextera were to attack, what of my goods? Please, you must kill it. Now we're talking. Known as Galtia Dans? Cliff wall to your left. Cool effect. Alright, let's go up here, start this whole thing, and then we'll do the hunt.
As I said, a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? What I am understanding is he took Pinello because of you.
What? What about Pinello?
Oh, Vaughn. They've taken Pinello. And there was a note for this Balthier. Come to the Muserba Mines, it said.
It's Begamnon. He was in Albina.
If anything were to happen to that sweet child, why, I've her parents' memory to consider. You're going to go to her aid, and that's that. That's what you sky pirates do, isn't it?
I don't respond well to orders. You do know that the Imperial fleet is massing at Bujerba?
Fine, then I'll go. You at least have an airship, don't you? Just get me there and I'll find Pinello myself.
I'll join you.
Huh?
I have some business there as well.
An audience with the Marquis, by chance?
Balthier, just take us, and this is yours.
The guards are toying with us.
Make yourselves ready. We leave soon.
Right.
You try to pull yourself out, but they just keep pulling you back in, don't they, Balthier? Alright, before we leave, we're doing a few things. Bagannon's note can only be referring to the Lushu mines in Bujerba. We'll leave at once. When you're ready, meet me at the Aerodome. I should imagine it's still by the west gate. We weren't in Albina all that long. Do be quick. I'd like to save your girl and be rid of this headache as soon as possible. Alright. Let's go talk to the Hunters Guild. I can't remember if there's a hunt right off the bat. There it is. So we gotta go talk to this guy first, and then there's someone special you can talk over in the bazaar. Lets you buy some special stuff. He doesn't have anything good right now, but later on he's got some really good stuff. Alright, yeah, we're gonna talk to this. Okay, let me in. Alrighty, one of the best places in the whole game. Moogle! Angry Moogle. Okay, he's calmed down. Let's go talk to him. Montblake. Kupopo. Yours is a new face. Are you a hunter? Oh, I'm about to be. Don't you worry. Oh, I'm glad I passed the entrance exam. Flying colors, I hope. You are now a member. Here in the clan hall, you'll hear about especially dangerous marks you won't find posted on any board the moment they rear their ugly heads. Well, I'll get on with filling necessary clan membership, certification, and I'll be finished in no time flat. Nearly forgot, now that you're a member, you can make purchases from our clan shop in the Muthru Bazaar. Be sure to stop by. That's the guy that I was talking about. He sells, like, special stuff. Alright, let's talk to him again, see if there's any hunts. Alright, new rank. 3 potions. Oh, another thing that's cool about the Hunter's Lodge is whenever you do, like, a boss fight or any kind of, like, special encounter, like those flans, like how he's talking about right now, he'll reward you for having defeated them. Blah, blah. 150 gold. Yep, see, Firebane, that was the boss, the Fire Horse boss. $200 gil, okay. Yes, we defeated a Mimic Queen, yes we did. How was defeating the Mimic Queen proving your dad, who was in Albina, was innocent? That was a curious text. I don't remember. Whose dad are they talking about? That's okay. That's a curious one. So here's where you can do the change the license board thing. Now, I already said that we probably weren't going to be doing that. If we picked a board, that's what we were picking. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to try and stick to that. If something happens and it's like, oh, okay, I messed up, we have to do it another way, then this is where we go. You can click on this and let's say, like how I picked Red Battle Mage, right? Oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I can change it to something else. But that's what we're going to pick. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Let's see if there's any new marks. Okay, so there's no hunts to do right now. So perfect. So we just have the one to do. Fantastic. That makes things super simple. Super choice. Let's speed our way over here real quick just to ungray this top part of the map that there's nothing up here of. And let me head back. Oh, courtyard. Here is the special vendor, Clan Provisioner. Alright, and for our rank we have Decoy. Is that worth 2,000 gil at the moment? It is not. We can always come back for it, so not a big deal. We don't need this broadsword anymore. We already said we were going to wait for the next spear. Don't need the short bow. The bowgun's still nice. We're gonna hold on to that just because we might need that for later. Dagger, don't need it no more. Mage Mask, sure. Nope. Sell it. Cherry Staff, gonna save that. Altair, don't need that. Probably not gonna need that for some time. Because we're not doing katanas at the moment. Katanas are for later. And later it will be. Alright. Headgear. Is everything in the worser category? It looks like the horned hat is not. But are we going to be using Fran at the moment? Probably not. We'll need it for Bathir at least. Okay. So let's sell the buckler. Guard leathers. See, at least with this here, if it's equipped on somebody, it won't sell that equipped item. I don't understand why you're allowed... I mean, I get why you're allowed to, but I wish it wouldn't let you sell the teleport stones. I wish that was just an item that you had. We're not selling any of this today, thank you. Keeping all that. We don't have item inventory to do. New Bazaar goods. Nice. 2 Tufts of Phoenix for 400. Now, if we were to buy... Aw. Thought he had some to sell, but... I don't know how much Phoenix Downs are. You can always find out just to see what the... show off what the Bazaar goods price matching bit is. And why don't we? Just because I'm also curious. I don't know if this item shop is going to have Phoenix Downs for sale, but let's find out. So it looks like I lied about coming into this store for the last time. Oh, goodness. Do you have Phoenix Downs? Yeah, Phoenix Downs. So the price is 200. There was 2 of them in there, so it was 400. So, yeah. You don't lose any money by buying the Bazaar goods. Alright. We need to go to the Wester Sands real quick. Not only just for the sake of going to the Aerodome, but there is a hunt that we must do. Before we go, our party is this. He needs the horned hat. Argyle Armlet. I forget what the Argyle Armlet does. You're good for now. Nothing needed at the moment. Yeah, once we get Partisan or Heavy Lance, then yeah, we'll start using lances. Yeah, I'm glad we're doing spears for the early game because the inconsistency of the axes and hammers is too much to try and make up for this early on. That's where the battle harness is. And Bosch is going to be the one with the battle harness. Half damage from dark attack. And immune to blind. Actually, that's not a bad one either. If anything, maybe Vaughn. Bosch needs the battle harness at least, so let's do that. And we're going to need this for the future, so let's go ahead and get it. We don't need that. We need that. We will need this. And then there's the battle harness. Alright. Remedy lore. Charm we're not going to need, but we do want to increase physical attack damage, so that'll be good. Gain MP after taking damage. You're not going to do any magic, so I'm not worrying about that. Additional gambits. Some more spears. Gain MP after dealing damage. Again, not going to worry about it. Ooh, max HP. I think there was something about infuse, if I remember. There was like a glitch or something with it, but well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Don't even have an option for charge yet anyway. But I think the Argyle Amulet... Oh, shucks. We do need slow. That's what we were saving up for. Or that was one of the things we were saving up for. Silence, that's going to be a good one. Cura, we should be getting soon, but not yet. We don't have... Fran is the one that has Cure, so maybe Fran will be in our party instead of Balthier. So that way we have someone who can use Cure. But we're not going to worry about it right this second. Alright, let's check Fran's board real quick. Oh, and she has a swiftness to utilize. And Libra. So yeah, Fran's going to be in our party for once we get to Bujerba. But for this fight specifically, we'll just do this one because I need to use the guns. And then we'll go ahead and grab this extra gambit slot. Now, he shouldn't be all that super tough to deal with, so we should be good just with these three. So let's find out. Gambits. Still correct. Let's kick it back a little bit. Let's do it this way, just for this fight. Okay. No. We want the foe with the highest HP. Alright, so let's just go over some few things and then we'll head in. We're back, and to take a phone call real quick. You know, I never checked on statuses. I need to look at. Okay, yeah, officially it's higher. It's 36. Goodness gracious. Okay. So we do have a sandstorm. That's I think Fran actually does do more damage than Balthier at the moment. Because, yeah, he's doing like 80s, 90s. So, let's see. Ever is allowed to hit anything. So our mark, let me go back to the start right here. Is right in here. He's right up that way. So, just so I can see the damage, why don't you go ahead and attack that person, Fran? Oh, it missed. Shoot. Nope. Still wasn't able to tell. It's not really that important, but I kind of want to know before we go in there. Nope. There we go. $74. So yeah, not higher. Even if that was the low end, that means the high end's probably 80 or something. And there he is. There's the big guy himself. So, like I said, let's switch him out real quick. Alright. Alright, let's give it a shot. If we can steal first... Oh, nice. Okay. Wasn't a good steal, but... I mean, this is like one of the first hunts you ever go on, so... We need 2 LP. Oh, man. But we were able to steal something, so that's cool, at least. So, yeah, you already stole from me. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, well, that was the hunt. I know. Exciting. Thrilling. Let's walk over to this side. We'll go ahead and finish off this map real quick and then head back. we will worry about those connecting bits later on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this now. So let's change the party. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. Ally HP under 50. Cure, yes. Lowest HP attack, yes. Ally status KO, yes. To the Phoenix down. Hopefully that shouldn't be happening anytime soon, but you need another gambit. This one right here for 20. Same one on you. So having the same gambit on two different people is going to be nice. So like if Fran is in the middle of casting something and someone dies during that time, the game will know to go ahead and have Vaughn, who might be doing nothing at the time, to have him go ahead and queue it, because he'll get to it faster. So it's just whoever's going to be able to get to it faster. So this will end up working out in that sense. Okay, so Yep. You, very simple, just attack stuff. That's all you got to worry about. You don't worry about nothing else. We'll turn that back on if need be, but actually, why don't we go ahead and just leave that on? We'll see how it works out for now. Alright, long legs, let's go. We need to go turn in the hunt really quick, which we will do right now at these little teleporting stations. Right there at the CNC. Teleport. Cool. He left his drink on the ground. Head guard. Okay. Well. Let's see, 10 versus 6. So, that's okay. Westgate. There we go. Let's continue the story. And we're going to go to one of my absolute favorite places in the whole game. Miss Fran. sitting down here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. Alrighty. I am ready. This is the game trying to give me a hint of do what you can now because we're not coming back for a while. But we already did everything.
This is the Strahd. She airship enough for you?
Oh. The Strahd. You really are a sky pirate.
Well, the headhunters seem to think so. What's a good word? Is she ready?
So is she armed? How fast is she? Could she take the Ifrit?
I suppose I could tell you, but... wouldn't you rather see for yourself?
Yeah.
Fran, our course.
The shortest way is over Dorstones.
How flies, Busheba?
Oh, she's free as can be, for now. The Empire took notice when they announced the princess's unfortunate suicide in your untimely execution.
If it becomes known that I'm alive, the Marquis will lose their favor.
I try to steer clear of such things. Right, it's time to fly. And no wagging tongues or you'll like to bite them off.
I'm coming, Vanilla.
You've seen to her feeding, yes?
I have, my brother. She eats well.
See that she does. We need her alive. Balthier's bait must be fresh.
I keep trying to tell you. I barely even know who Balthier is.
My brother! A message come from Rabanastor. The Strahd she set sail. She makes straight for the sky city of Bajerba.
Barely know, was it? Yet Alatrace goes bounding off for you. Tell me, how could that be?
That's what I'd like to know. I just met him that one time and that's
Does
it.
that tongue never stop? What if we plucked it from your head? As for you, we need Balthier alive. His corpse fetches but half the bounty.
A tender beating, my specialty.
There's no fun for it if we can't tease out a scream or two.
So something I noticed, one of those guys, I think he's the green guy in the back, he was in the animation of holding the gun that he ends up using when you end up fighting him. So it's kind of interesting that he was in that pose, but without the actual item there.
Easy.
No good, he's not here. Keep searching. This way.
You're a dead man. Don't forget it. And no names.
Of course.
It's cool to see that scene after the fact because... Oh, here's the Bujerba crystal. No, I'm not gonna do that. We know that they're not actually looking for us. They're looking for someone else. That's why they're running around in a panic. So cool.
The Lusu mines are just up ahead. Though, I do hear there's not much left there these days.
You're on your way to the mines? Then please allow me to accompany you. I have an errand to attend to there.
What manner of errand?
What errand? I might ask the same of you.
Right. Come on then.
What?
Excellent.
Do me a favor and stay where I can keep my eye on you. Should be less trouble that way.
For us both.
So what's your name?
Oh, I'm Lamont.
Don't worry. I don't know what's in that mine, Lamont, but you're in good hands. Right, Bosch?
Ah, Vaughn. Gosh. So, the interaction between Lamont and Balthier is so weird to me. I'm assuming that they both know who they are, or at least Balthier knows who he is, and Lamont's assuming that he knows, like, without Lamont actually knowing who Balthier is. I don't know, but it is really weird how all of a sudden Balthier, with very little argument or anything, just, yep, okay, fine, you can come along. Like, we don't know who this person is. To just have some random person coming along with us? Like, what? It's a very weird scene. It's not explained well enough. If explanation is what's needed at that moment, but it does not make sense. Okay. So, right here, we can go ahead and start having better stuff. We got plenty of monies. Oh, excuse me. All right. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna be able to steal any of these items from enemies. I know which enemies to steal them from, or where we would have a chance to be able to steal them from, but the armor at least is a little bit more important than to leave up to chance of, you know, well, I'll walk around until I get it. We're not gonna worry about that. So, I never explained how equipment works. So, the way the... let's see, 4 to 3. Goodness. The way the 3 different types of equipment work are, you have heavy armors, you have light armors, and the mythic armors. It doesn't show you in that little menu. Just now it showed you how, like, strength went up. Heavy armors increase strength. Certain heavy armors will increase other things, like how scale armor increases speed, so that's nice. All light armors increase your max HP. That's their gimmick. all of the mythic armors increase how much MP you have, and it also increases your magic power. It's the opposing to the heavy armors. Heavy armors increase physical, magic armors increase magic, and then the light armors increase your health. So that's how the armor system works. So let's go ahead and get this bronze chest plate for you. We're not going to worry about Balthier at the moment. And then we'll go ahead and sell everything. Shield. Alright. So, shield will be for Vaughn. Alright, now let's go to the... Well, let's go ahead and get the license for the sandwich. That's fine. So the other streamer that I watched, the Death Unites Us, he has a joke with the license board that you need a license for that sandwich. It was something that started in the chat. And I guess it's a bit of a habit at this point. Here's the shield. Yeah, War Mage will be good to have. Won't be bad. And there we go. Increase physical attack damage. So this doesn't... It doesn't increase your strength or anything like that. It just increases how much physical attack you do. So, just to kind of show how that works. Status, strength is 27, right? So, as I said before, maces work off of how much magic power you have, and then converts that into a physical damage number for you to use when you're attacking with your weapon. So, 2732. Go to the license, right? Do this. Max HP. So we do that, and now go to status. It goes up to 28. So that's unnecessary and weird. So it does increase your physical by 1. Physical in terms of strength. Maybe, let me look up the formula. Because now I kind of want to know. Why would the license board have a physical improvement when the mace itself uses magic power? Alright. Strength formula, magic power formula. Alright, come on, computer. There we go. Okay, so there's a specific mace formula. Okay, so used primarily by maces. No way. Damage is reduced by the target's defense, and it's increased by the user's magic power. So the damage is the attack power of the weapon minus the defense multiplied by the magic power. So again, that's weird that board, because the mace uses magic power to increase its damage output. So why is it giving me something that increases strength when it doesn't use strength in the formula? That doesn't make any sense. But that's okay, because when we get 2 katanas, it'll be useful. Because the katana formula works off of the weapon and then strength and magic power, not just magic power. So it'll be good once we get to that point. That's why katanas are just so aggressively good. Alright, so I looked that up. So, again, I just thought that was kind of weird. So here's where I was talking about where they use your items. I don't want Lamont using my potions, so I'm going to turn that off. And luckily, with Zodiac Age, we're allowed to turn that off. Plus, he doesn't need that, because it's just not necessary. The rest of this, we can leave as is. And if Lamont is going to end up being our person number 4, and you're the one, you have Cura and Cure, you can be our healer. And we can put Fawn back and have Balthier. Let's, because I'm pretty sure we're about to get him a new gun, so he'll end up doing more damage even. And I think he has a higher health. No, not really. Fran has higher health. Let's go to the weapon shop. We'll decide there. Yeah, that's just really weird. I don't know why it does that. I thought the physical improvement on the license board just increased your physical improvement, not increased strength. Maybe it's meant to be paired with other things or something. I don't know. Asafune. Alrighty. Spear. Perfect. Look at that. 36. Goodness. That's a lot. I thought that was 11,000. That's not. It's 1,000. Okay. So bronze mace. Perfect. Puts us up at 24. Equip, yes. So, here's gonna be the difference. Avius Killer is up 25, which is a +6. There's no new gun, so we are still gonna end up using Fran anyway. The Spear, which is now at 26, compared to what could have been Bosch's use of the broadaxe at 36. Again, the difference being the fact that that broadaxe could hit for a really, really high number, but can also hit for a bunch of really low numbers. And the reason the spear is so good, especially early on, is because not only can it hit flying enemies, but it hits on the upper echelon of the randomized number between, 20 and 40. It's going to hit between 30 and 40, not any of the lower end stuff. Iron sword. Okay, so we want the spear and we want the Avius Killer. So The only reason you can't equip ranged type weapons from the store is because of the ammo. So the game doesn't let you try and, you know, do it because you have to equip that and the ammo all at the same time. It's just weird. Alright, and the spear. Thank you. Asafune. Don't worry. We'll get to katana soon. For now, the maces are going to be the way to go. Katanas are good early game also, but they're better later on, so. Early game, it's better having the magic. Spear. Cool. Optimize just puts all the highest numbered stuff in there. That's all it does. Oh look, the evade even goes up higher on it. Because yeah, see that bronze mace with the bronze shield gives me the evasion of 15. And I'm pretty sure that Asafune katana only gives 15 on evade also. Let's find out, just because I'm overthinking things. They're in here somewhere. Well, actually, its evade is 17. But again, it's kind of... they're so close together, it doesn't really matter too much. Having the magics is what's better. Shell and protect, both things that we want and need. Yeah, we don't have a white mage to be able to use these yet. And I don't think I can get to them on the red mage's board yet, because I think they're here, right? Nope, that's... No, yeah, protect and shell right there. Well, apparently I am wrong. So I need 25 for that, okay? We will save. This is the way that we want to go, so let's go ahead and just go. Let's see if there's any new techniques to be had. We're not going to worry about going to the Gambit store. We're not going to need anything new for quite some time. Charge. How perfect is that? So now is where I don't have enough Gambit slots and now I need them. guess I am going the wrong way. What is that way? I forget. Yeah, this, we want to go this way. But what's in that other direction? I forget now. That's okay. You're just a normal merchant, right? Yeah. Just the items and stuff. Handkerchief. Remove oil and remove sleep. Why don't we buy a few of these? About 10. Don't need to worry about oil just yet. Put this. Alright, let's do it.
The Lusu Mines, one of the richest veins in Ivalice.
Under Imperial Guard, no doubt.
Actually, no. With but few exceptions, the Imperial Army is not permitted within Bujerba. Well, shall we proceed?
It's a cool looking spear. It's a cool looking bow as well. The maces are so clunky looking. I mean, it's a mace, but still. The weapon that Lamont uses is a unique weapon. There's no like class that you can't use it as a character. So I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is. Ruh-roh.
You will forgive me for asking, but you are diverting the purest of the magicite.
I can assure you it reaches Lord Vane most discreetly.
Ha! You wear your saddle well.
Be that as it may, I have no intention of being bridled, Your Honor.
Then you prefer the whip? Stubbornness will see not only you broken, Excellency, but Bujerba as well.
Halim Ondor IV, the Marquis of Bujerba. The Marquis served as mediator at the negotiations of Damascus' surrender. It would appear that he is somewhat less neutral now.
They say he's been helping the resistance.
They say many things.
You're certainly well informed. Who did you say you were again?
What difference does it make? We have to find Penelo.
And Penelo is your...
She's a friend. She was kidnapped and taken here.
So Fran just hit for 93. 96. So yeah, she's hitting for higher. So yeah, we're gonna use Fran. Out of 111. Okay. Oh snap! Found a hand axe from one of the bats. The bat had a hand axe. Oh shoot, I need to look at something. Not just highest HP. What I wanted was highest max HP. Because then otherwise he switches between who has the highest HP regardless. So let's just go for highest levels. That way he can focus on one person. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Okay. There is a chest over here. Oh, there's a bony. Bone fragment, those so well. It's still not perfect, but it's the best we can do with what we have right now for the whole steel mechanic. I thought there were some enemies over here, but I guess not. Bronze chestplate, huh? Oh, it's a light armor. It's a light armor 3. So maybe... Oh, that's what she's already wearing. Okay. Oh, Balthier's the one wearing the leather. That's what it is. Cool. Well, we'll end up selling it for some good stuff. Works for me. Starting to run into a snag with the steel. If there's more than one opponent, he ends up just constant stealing from whoever, and the rest of the party isn't able to get to them yet in terms of putting their HP down. So, still a work in progress, but we'll see. So what Libra does is it shows you additional info about enemies. It also shows these little traps. Now, not all of the traps are harmful. That one is. But if you step on them, then they explode or something bad happens. So it's good to have Libra active at all times. The switch is not... Okay, alright. I thought we could press the switch. Maybe we can't press it until later. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, no worries. We'll press it later. Ah! This scared me. This is such a cool dungeon. I love the way this dungeon is set up. I'm not sure how far we'll be able to see chests. Slowly now, because on these little bridge areas, enemies like to spawn themselves just like that. There's a chest. Well, actually, you know what? Let's find out. So, that trap in the far distance has about right here. So let's see. So we can't see that it's starting to fade at about that distance. So yeah, we are going to have to walk just a little bit into it. All right, guys, don't step, or do. That's fine too. Whatever. Yeah, that's fine. There's a chest. Is this a rejuvenation one? I cannot remember. Let's find out. Yep. Not all the traps are evil. Normally, it's kind of obvious. Normally, the traps that are like out of your way and you'll never accidentally hit them, those are normally the rejuvenation ones. Numerology, very cool. That's a nifty one. Let me see if I can find it. Where would it be? No, it wouldn't be in here because I can't use it. Inventory? That wouldn't make sense either. Licenses? It's gotta be on the license board somewhere. Alright, let's find out. Where's all the technics? Guild toss, okay. Achilles. Sagittarius. Looks like this is mostly armor. Accessories. Lower one foe's magic power. Shear. Shear's a good one. Lowers their magic resistance. Okay, so techniques I guess are up here. Charm. Traveler. Is it this one? No. Where is it? That's weird. I know it's part of the archer, I thought. Huh. Well, if memory serves correct, numerology, Shades of Black is fun. Numerology is a technique that you use multiple times, and the more times you hit, every time you hit an opponent, it gets stronger every time it hits. The more you use it, though, the higher chance it has of missing. So that's kind of like its little gimmick. I could have sworn it was in here, but I guess not. It's just the Traveler, which the Traveler is cool too. You deal damage based on total steps taken to all foes in range. The number does change based off of in between uses. Like if you use Traveler, the number counter that's on the bottom of the start menu, the 28901, that's what it would do. But if you use Traveler and it does the damage, then you start the step counter over again. That doesn't start over, but... Okay, anyway. Nice, getting tons of teleport stones. That'll be good for later. Since Fran is mostly set with a lot of things, why don't we go ahead and give her this swiftness. Was there another one in here? No, it wasn't. Was it down here? Nope. Okay, double checking. Alright, good. We'll probably do that here in a little bit. I think we only needed 25. Yep, we needed 25. So, protect and shell. Perfect. I think we need another gambit slot for him, though. And it'll help us with getting to Red Spiral anyway. 25 and 30. Yep, he needs another one. Yeah, because I don't want to get rid of those right now. Darkstone. No chest. Thank you, Fran. Your ever watchful eye keeps us safe. Oh, don't touch the trap. Careful now. This is the bridge that will end up. There's a chest right there. Yep. Okay, so the way to do this is very carefully. It will let us pick up. See, it lets us pick up the chest before we actually hit the hitbox of the trap. But if you didn't have Libra on, you would just walk straight up to it, all the way up to it, and you wouldn't even know. And then that's the game trying to get you. There's only one sign. Alright, let's kill some bonies. Might have to turn the steel mechanic off in a little bit. Because they kind of... Yep, see, that's a problem. Okay. Bond died once. So, that wasn't the worst it could have been. I might need to change the numbers on his. Yeah, that makes sense. 30's a little low, so let's go with 40. Actually, no. Let's just change this to Cura. We'll turn that off completely. And then... we'll change this to Ally. And this one can also be Cura. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, so... friend, you can worry about those who do hit that lower echelon. Okay, let's try that. Easy. There it is. Nice, level up. So, for now, I'll just kind of manually take myself out of the steel gambit if need be. I'll just attack stuff if it starts getting too crazy. Alright, cool. So, ended up spreading out a little bit on that one, so that worked out. Couldn't steal anything, but that's fine. We got a chain level with these guys, so that'll be good. Now, we're not going to do a lot of grinding on this bridge. That's not really, like, what I was planning on doing, but I wouldn't mind staying on the bridge, at least for a little bit. Take advantage of this chain level. So we will speed things up for that. Nice, we already got the next round of chain level. Very cool. Okay, dark is bad because the undead absorb dark. So let's try and pay attention to that next time. Well, shoot. It's because Lamont is out of MP. Alright, Lamont, here's what we're gonna do. Let's see if he can even use charge. Yeah, I thought we bought it. Okay, so he can use Shades of Black, but we don't have Shades of Black, so he can't use it. Can't use Charge. Okay, that's not... Well, this is going to be a little bit worse than I may have initially thought. Why don't we go ahead and turn this off for right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what's going to make this better. No, not foe. Oh, because steel's on there, that's why. Alright, protect. And we're going to put this on ally any. Now this one will work in the sense of if they have protect on them, then it won't cast it again. And so he stops. Do we even have any ethers? I have 5 of them. I don't want to use them right now, though. I want to wait for later. When we get an optional boss moment. That's when I want to use them. Or that's when I'm going to use them. So, if you saw the 30 chain above all the HPs and everything, what that means is you're about to go to the next level of chain level. Sometimes it only needs 1 more kill, other times it needs, you know, a few. It depends. See? Chain level. Bam. And at this point there's no need for stealing anymore because these little guys... Yep, see, they have extra stuff in them. And they have all the better stuff anyway. So let's do some walking around. Walking is what helps with regaining MP. As we're walking around in a circle, you see how the number's going up. It's still early level, so it's slow getting. We were able to kill him before he got that cast off. Now Q. Alright, let's do one more pass, and then we'll get out of here. Oh, actually, the bridge is... no, there it is. Okay. But, like we said, last one. Iron Helm. Actually, I think that is better than what he has right now. Let's see. Iron Helm is better. So, better magic resistance. Very nice. So something I was thinking about that is kind of nice about the 2 times. If it was on 4 times, this would go by very quickly. That number would be going up way faster in terms of regaining MP. If just walking around in a circle is your best method of trying to get MP at the moment. Now, charge would be the best, but we can't teach him charge at the moment, so... Yep, protect is important. So let's go ahead and let Vaughn do all that. This is why we have a Bosch is our dedicated damage dealer. So no matter what's going on, he's not worrying about buffing people unless someone's dead. He's only attacking. So that way there's at least damage being done to opponents still, even if there's other stuff going on. Very nice. Bone Fragment and a Dark Stone. Yeah, those Bone Fragments, I think they sell for like 100 a piece or something. Okay, so here's a neat little trick with, you know, like how it's right in the middle of the hallway. If I do this... Alrighty, sorry about that. I had a phone call. If we're trying to hug this wall, and it's like, oh man, you know, someone's going to hit the trap. If you hold fleeing, they end up grouping just a little bit tighter. Not by much, and it still hit it anyway, but normally that's how you would kind of try and alleviate that. I love how I tried to show the example and yet it did not. It's kind of funny. I think we're coming towards the end of the mines, which should be a good thing. Oh, hold on. Alright, sorry again. I had another phone call come in. So I just had to deal with it real quick. Just like how we're dealing with these bonies. Skeletons of dark energy. Cool. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're coming towards the end of it. So here we should be getting to that optional boss that I was talking about. Now what I want to try and do, let's try and recoup our MP really quick. I'm just gonna walk back and forth. So Optional, obviously, meaning you don't have to fight them. But what I want to do is I want to try and fight them. It's not impossible. It is very, very doable to be able to fight these guys, at least right now. You do end up fighting them later on as well, but it is possible to fight and defeat them right now. So I want to try and attempt to do that. And if we are going to do that, hopefully we have enough license points for a few things. Not enough few things, but we can always get some more. So I would want this, but we want this one. You have plenty. I think it's okay if we do this one right here. It should be okay. And then Balthier has one. As long as we do that one. So maybe what we can do is we'll have to throw Balthier into the party. And then we'll switch him out shortly after. Alright, let's just do it like this. Lamont, 148. So, we'll give him an ether. We'll give Vaughn an ether. And once he's not being targeted, we'll switch him out for Balthier. And that way we can start the fight off good enough. And then we'll switch Vaughn back in. But I do want to try and beat him if I can. But I need those missed abilities to be able to do so.
This is what I came here to see.
What's that?
It's nethicite. Manufactured nethicite.
Nethicite?
Unlike regular magicite,
look at Balthier,
nethicite absorbs magical energy.
Mean mugging
This
him.
is the fruit of research into the manufacture of nethicite. All at the hands of the Draclaw Laboratory. So this is where they're getting the magicite.
Errand all attended to, then?
Thank you. I'll repay you shortly.
No, you'll repay us now. We have too much on our hands to go on holding yours. So, where did you hear this fairy tale about nethicite? And where did you get that sample you carry? What do you know about the Draclaw Laboratories? Tell me, who are you?
Balthier?
You kept us waiting, Balthier! You slipped away in Nalbina. We missed you! First the judge and now this boy. The whole affair has a smell of money about it. I may have to wet my beak a little.
Keep your snout in the trough where it belongs. This thinking ill befits you, Begamnon.
Balthier. Too long have I gone unpaid. I'll carve my bounty out of that boy.
Where's Penelo? We're taking her back.
The girl? Why keep the bait when you've landed the fish? We cut her loose on the way here and then off she ran crying like a babe.
Hey!
Good toss. And then he just shoves it over. It's funny.
After them!
Hey, wait up!
We'll not be able to take them all. Fight who we must, leave the rest.
Yeah, let's do you. Please. Please. Oh, darn. Unlucky. So I'll explain mist abilities here in a minute. After we get through this. Okay, so we got one of them. Okay, Balthier. I think let's just go ahead and turn that off.
At your best.
There we go. So this is going to be a bit of an issue. Just let this be this, because it's going to do all damage. Come on. We should be able, we're almost there. We should be able to do this. Nice. Oh, see, all we had to do was take out the Gander.
I will have my pound of flesh yet, Balthier!
So we could have just finished it off by doing those mist abilities to begin with. I forgot to steal from any of them. It's okay. It wouldn't have given us anything nice anyway. I mean, it's beginning of the game, so it doesn't really matter. Well, that was fun. But, yeah, I thought you had to defeat all of them. But, yeah, I guess all you had to do was defeat Buchanan. And it's a doable fight. I mean, it's not like it's impossible. So, alright, let's change this back to what it was. Foe with HP 100. It's a technic, so steel. Alright, but we were able to get rid of one guy right off the bat, which was really nice. During that cutscene, there was a there's a chest, and I thought it was right there, but I guess maybe not. Also, the chests look white in the cutscene, so I'm not really sure. Chronos tier, very nice. Okay, so the way mist abilities work is they charge on their own, as you can see down at the bottom. You can't just stand still, and it's not a timer. You have to be doing something for them to charge. The way mist abilities work is during that little special menu while it's going through all the little attack animations and everything. You have to click either triangle, square, or X to designate who's using the next ability, and it is based off of who is on top of who in this lineup, right here on the bottom right hand corner. So the way mist abilities work is you do an attack and it does a certain amount of damage depending on if it's a level 1 attack, a level 2 attack, or a level 3 attack. They do compile together. As you saw, we did, what was it? It was 4 hits, right? So the level 1s, I think it's something like maybe 100. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what the actual number is, but unless I'm mistaken, which I could look it up here in a minute, I might. The mist abilities work the same way that guns do, in that it goes beyond the enemy's defense. It doesn't incorporate that in any way, shape, or form in its damage formula. Let's go to this bridge. Maybe we can fight some stuff while we're waiting. But I want to look it up because I think Lamont's still running. There's no need to run. We already defeated him. It's okay. We did the thing to the bad guy. Let me look it up because I want to see if I'm correct. Because I've looked it up before. You know, I've looked up all this stuff before, but I'm pretty sure what I said was correct. So let's find out. Meanwhile, my headset is dying, so I need to plug it in real quick so we don't lose the battery. So let's see if we can find some stuff to fight. Okay, there we go.